Indian No More, Chapter 10. Bows, Arrows, and TV Indians. Pee-wee didn't mind Daddy's constant questions or opinions about everything, but then Pee-wee was more easygoing and loved to have lots of friends. Keith was quieter. With him, I usually had to start the conversation. We sat outside sipping Kool-Aid. After talking with Chich last night, I had some questions of my own. Why do you think my family should have things like teepees and costumes? I asked. Well, because that's what Indians have. I saw it on TV, he said. You guys live on a lot of land, hunt wild things, and have fun. Yeah, it's fun living on the res. I can see Spirit Mountain, all kinds of trees, and my relatives' houses nearby. All of Daddy's cousins get together with their shotguns and hunt deer. While they're gone, the women make the breads and pies. They have us kids cut up the vegetables for the stew. The memory of our deer hunts made me sad for Grand Ronde. The hunters would ask for Sahali Tahi's help in providing food for their families and the community. When the men came home, the deer would be hung up and slaughtered. They took time to thank the deer for giving up their lives for us. After they processed the meat, the men would distribute portions throughout their families. The women marinated the meat in spices, then fried it or placed it inside a big pot of stew. Sometimes it seemed like forever before the food was served, but when it was, everyone ate to their heart's content. Now none of that was going to happen on 58th Place. No bows and arrows? Keith asked. I laughed. You could use bows and arrows, but my daddy and his cousins don't. But in the movies, I smirked. How about your people? I asked Keith. Do they hunt? Keith's eyes widened. Are you kidding? We always lived in the city. We buy our meat at the grocery store. In fact, that's where we buy all of our food. He paused. Do you even have grocery stores? Yes. You sure seem to think we live like those Indians you watch on TV. I watched Keith sip his Kool-Aid. He seemed in deep thought, like he wanted to say something but didn't, so I asked him, what do your people look like on TV? Does it show how they lived long ago? Only if you watch Tarzan movies. We wear loincloths, carry spears, and do a lot of mumbling, and it seems like we're scared of every animal around. That sounds weird. I never saw any of those movies. People think you're like that? I don't know, but whites and sometimes other folks do see us as different. Different. That was how I was feeling since moving to LA.